As the NFL offseason unfolds, few teams are generating as much intrigue and speculation as the Chicago Bears. With a revamped front office, new coaching direction, and a wealth of draft capital, the Bears are rapidly transforming into one of the most unpredictable and potentially dangerous teams in the NFC. This isn't just about minor adjustments or roster fillers. It's about big swings, bold ideas, and a readiness to contend. Three major developments have placed Chicago under the league's spotlight: the pursuit of a high-upside running back, growing trade rumors around elite veterans, and a potential blockbuster involving one of the league's most athletic tight ends. At the center of the draft buzz is Omarion Hampton, the North Carolina running back whose combination of power and speed has captivated scouts across the league. Hampton recently visited Halas Hall, marking a significant shift in attention away from previously linked names like Ashton Jeanty. While Jeanty had long been considered a priority target, Hampton's arrival on the team's radar so close to the draft is sending a message. Something is shifting behind the scenes in Chicago's war room. Weighing 221 pounds and clocking in a 4.46 40-yard dash, Hampton blends bruising strength with home run speed. At UNC, he thrived primarily in zone running concepts, but also displayed the versatility to attack through gap schemes, a key requirement for a Ben Johnson-led offense. In fact, his skill set echoes what David Montgomery once brought to Detroit, but with more explosiveness. Johnson's system favors hybrid backs who can exploit defensive overcommitments, and Hampton could be that exact piece. However, the evaluation isn't without its caveats. While Hampton's rushing production, over 3,500 career yards and 36 touchdowns, is impressive, his pass-catching abilities remain a work in progress. Ranked just 37th in yards per route run among college backs, Hampton will likely need coaching and development in both route running and pass protection. That said, the Bears are well positioned to provide that runway, with Roschon Johnson and Travis Homer offering experience on third downs. So why now? What pushed Hampton into the Bears' spotlight just days before the draft? Insiders suggest this could be more than just due diligence, with Dallas reportedly showing increasing interest in Hampton, especially as other top offensive weapons look poised to come off the board early. There's speculation that Chicago may be positioning itself for either a surprise early selection or a trade-down scenario. A deal with a team like Dallas could allow the Bears to collect additional assets while still targeting Hampton slightly later. It's the kind of chess move that general manager Ryan Poles has started to master. Regardless of the outcome, one thing is clear: Chicago is not approaching this draft passively. Every move seems designed to open multiple doors, each leading to a more dangerous version of the 2025 Bears. While the draft may dominate headlines, the Bears are equally aggressive in exploring veteran additions that could instantly elevate their defense into elite territory. Two names that have emerged in stunning trade rumors, Jalen Ramsey and TJ Watt, are reshaping the possibilities of what this team could look like come September. Let's start with Ramsey, the seven-time Pro Bowler whose name has surfaced amid speculation surrounding the Miami Dolphins' cap situation. With over $21 million of his 2025 salary still on the books, the Dolphins may be open to moving the veteran corner. And the Bears, with their substantial cap space and a glaring need opposite Jalen Johnson, appear to be a leading contender. Despite turning 30, Ramsey remains a force. Last season, even within a vulnerable Miami defense, he allowed just 546 yards and 2 touchdowns while tallying 2 interceptions and 5 pass breakups. His 78% catch rate allowed might raise eyebrows, but the lack of consistent pass rush often left him exposed. In a defense featuring Montez Sweat and a rejuvenated front seven, Ramsey could thrive, not just as a traditional corner, but as a multi-role defensive weapon. Ben Johnson has shown a willingness to use hybrid defenders creatively, and Ramsey's ability to play inside, outside, or even drop into a safety role could become a nightmare for opposing offenses. There are concerns, of course. Age is creeping up. and the contract, while softened by Miami having already paid a chunk of it, still requires careful navigation. But in a wide-open NFC and with a young quarterback on a rookie deal, the window is now. Adding a seasoned leader like Ramsey doesn't just improve coverage, it changes culture. But perhaps the biggest potential bombshell involves T.J. Watt, the Pittsburgh Steelers' dominant pass rusher who has suddenly become the subject of serious trade whispers. A cryptic Instagram post with ocean imagery, widely interpreted as a reference to Chicago's lakefront, fueled speculation, while reports have suggested the Bears could explore a package involving multiple first-round picks in exchange for the perennial All-Pro. If the Bears are serious about contending, this is the kind of swing that signals it. Watt recorded 19 sacks in 2023, proving he's still among the league's most dangerous edge threats. Pairing him with Sweat and Dayo Odeyingbo would give Chicago one of the most fearsome front lines in the NFC. More importantly, it fills a critical gap, the ability to disrupt games single-handedly. Watt isn't just a sack artist. He's a turnover machine and momentum changer, something the Bears have lacked since the peak Khalil Mack years. The downside? Price and contract. Watt's current deal is nearing expiration, and with Myles Garrett recently resetting the edge market at $40 million per year, Chicago would almost certainly need to extend him, and at a steep rate. Financially, it's possible. The Bears are projected to have $54 million in 2026 cap space, but committing that much to one player always comes with risk. There's also the question of Pittsburgh's intent. The Steelers have not officially placed Watt on the trade block, and it's unclear whether they're entertaining offers seriously or simply testing the market. If a deal doesn't materialize before training camp, the situation may cool. But if the rift deepens, Poles has to decide. Strike now or hold assets for the future. Should Watt become available, the Bears would be foolish not to explore every option. A defense built around Sweat, Watt, and Johnson in the secondary has the makings of a playoff-caliber unit. It's the kind of aggressive leap that signals belief, not just in the roster, but in a timeline that says, win now. Just when it seemed the Bears' offseason had reached peak intensity, a new name entered the conversation, one that could redefine the team's offensive identity. Kyle Pitts, the once-hyped Atlanta Falcons tight end, has reportedly become available via trade, setting off a wave of speculation around his next destination. For Chicago, this could be the final, unexpected piece of a Super Bowl-caliber puzzle. Pitts was selected 4th overall in 2021, and his rookie campaign seemed to justify every bit of that investment. Over 1,000 yards and jaw-dropping athleticism made him one of the most exciting young talents in the league. But injuries and questionable usage in Atlanta dulled the shine. An MCL injury in 2022 slowed his momentum, and the Falcons never quite figured out how to maximize his unique skill set. His production dipped to 667 yards in 2023 and just over 600 in 2024. Now, with Atlanta entering a rebuild and eyeing future draft picks, Pitts is reportedly available for a relatively modest price, potentially a 3rd and 5th rounder in 2025. For the Bears, it's an opportunity too tempting to ignore. Why Pitts? Because in Ben Johnson's offense, he wouldn't just be another tight end. He'd be a weaponized mismatch nightmare. While DJ Moore remains the primary target and Rome Odunze continues to develop, the need for a dynamic field-stretching threat remains. Keenan Allen, once reliable, is likely on his way out, and Pitts could slide into a hybrid role that redefines how this offense functions. Think jumbo slot receiver, think red zone nightmare, think game breaker. Pitts' ability to line up wide, in the slot, or off the line gives Johnson and passing game coordinator Declan Doyle the creative freedom to attack defenses in new ways. With Cole Kmet maintaining traditional tight end responsibilities, Pitts could be flexed out to exploit mismatches, particularly against linebackers and slower safeties. At just 24 years old, he still has time to regain his trajectory. The Bears have the cap space to take the gamble and the offensive creativity to turn him into the threat he was always meant to be. The question is, does the front office see this as a long-term investment or just another experiment? Opinions across the league are split. Some see Pitts as a reclamation project with sky-high potential. Others worry he may never return to his rookie form. But for a Bears team ready to push boundaries, it's a risk that aligns with their current identity: aggressive, innovative, and unafraid. As the offseason crescendos toward the draft, Chicago finds itself on the brink of something rare: a complete reinvention. Omarion Hampton could be the hard-nosed runner the offense has lacked. Jalen Ramsey might bring the swagger and leadership needed to anchor the secondary. T.J. Watt has the potential to ignite a pass rush capable of dominating entire games. And Kyle Pitts? He could be the creative chess piece that turns a promising offense into a lethal one. The NFC is open. The Bears are making moves. And for the first time in years, the future feels not just hopeful, but electric.